Hi, I'm Brighton and I just am completing a 5-day cruise with Royal Caribbean. This is on the Independence of the Seas, and this has been a 5-day cruise through the Western Caribbean. And it's been a wonderful cruise, and I'm just going to do a quick review of the ship and of the cruise. So let's start out with the most important thing, which is the food, which is plentiful and wonderful. So I was very happy with the food. There are some really cool dining rooms. I love how one of them just kind of tears down from one to the next. Also, wonderful food at the buffet. Highly recommend that. And the best part is the self-serve frozen yogurt, which I took advantage of more than a couple times. So the next thing is, let's move on to activities on the ship. There is a lot of gambling on this ship when it's out to sea. There's a couple days out to sea on this trip. So we've got the casino. There are some really cool water sports here. So there's 2 spas that kind of sit out over the edge of the water from the 11th floor. Many pools, many more hot tubs. There is a wave machine thing that you could play on. Miniature golf, rock climbing, of course there are your standard workout room and whatnot. So lots of activities on board. I'm here on this cruise with my extended family, so this cruise is working out well from anyone from 15 to age 83, I think it is. So cruises are great for that, for really just getting together the entire family and having everyone have something to do. So let's see, what else is there? Like I mentioned, there's wonderful pools. Nightlife is pretty good. This cruise had a lot of people who are younger than I've seen on other cruises. So I've been on cruises with Princess and with Disney, and Disney has a lot of kids. This is kind of that middle of the road cruise. There's some older people, but there's a lot of people, lots of families. So lots of people who are here with their extended family, which is what we did. My wife and I have taken a cruise where it's just the 2 of us, and that didn't work out so well. That was really pretty annoying to be on a cruise in that situation, but to be with the extended family is a great way to experience a cruise. So we just finished up a wine tasting. There's really not a lot of intellectual stuff to do. I'd say that's kind of the downfall of this cruise. There's an ice skating rink, which is amazing. Some beautiful skaters from around the world who are really top-notch skaters on this kind of small rink, but really great, but not the intellectual stuff. No lectures. The library, compared to Princess Cruise we were on, the library was kind of small, not very inspiring. So let's see, what else? The excursions. So the first excursion we went on was to Belize City. My wife and I decided not to buy any of the pre-packaged excursions. We thought, hey, we kind of just like exploring cities. Belize City is not so nice, and also it's a tender port. So it took us, I want to say, 2.5 hours from when the ship tender started leaving for us to get off this ship and into Belize City, which was another half an hour trip across. So the boat's pretty far out. So my advice would be, if you're going to do this cruise and you're going to do Belize City, I would say go for the excursion because they let you off the boat earlier. So the excursions go first, and then the people who are just walking into the city. There's not much to see in Belize City. We did find a really cool restaurant, but it was a local recommendation. Very few tourists there. The next port was over in Cozumel, and that was pretty cool, but I would say, once again, unless you're really into shopping, I would go for some snorkeling or something like that. It's great in Cozumel. The shopping is great too, so if that's your thing. But if you're looking for just kind of adventure on your own, the 2 ports on this cruise were not so great. Now in Cozumel, you do arrive and you actually dock, and then it's an $8, maybe 5-minute ride into the center of town. So that's a pretty good option for you there. Now, another thing that this cruise featured was shopping on the ship. This is a really cool ship because it's got this center area with this like a shopping mall. And there's also places you can get cupcakes or ice cream, or there's kind of a pizza parlor, kind of fancy coffee, things like that. So there's a lot available down the center part of this ship, which is something unique that I haven't seen before. So that was kind of a cool feature. I know this was the biggest ship when it was built, but I know the ships have gotten even bigger since. So there's some pretty cool things out there on the sea right now. So overall, this was a great cruise, especially good for hanging out with the entire extended family. We got 2 junior suites next to each other, and then for the kids, they got smaller rooms, so they were just a little bit down, but we were all right next to each other, and the staff here is great. So many people remembered our names from the moment that we met them. Not super social. There's some people who are more social on the cruise with meeting other cruise passengers, and so there were some people, pretty much the people who were drinking more, got to know each other a little better. I wish that was a little more social, but being here with the family, it's good. It's not really an annoying cruise. It's definitely not a cruise for single people, and that'd be a little bit of a challenge. But great options, great dining rooms, great places to have a drink with the family, and nightclubs and whatnot. I haven't really hung out at the nightclubs, so I can't say. They look really cool. I can't say if there's a lot of people hanging out in them. But that's it. If you have an opportunity to go on a cruise with your family, this would seem like a great one with the extended family, because there's something for everyone. I see the little kids walking around having a great time too, and opportunities for the little kids to get away from the parents, and the teenagers just kind of run around free. So Royal Caribbean, Independence of the Seas, a great cruise, and let me know what your cruise experience has been down in the comment section down below, or if you have any questions about this particular cruise. I've been on about a half a dozen cruises, and so I know a little bit about cruises, not a huge amount, but I'd love to hear from you in the comment section down below.